Alright, y'all, it's official. Shit's going down. Here it comes. Yep. Oh, brother. Damn camera cut off. I call him the fucking Grim Reaper. The sun turns blood red just before I drop that video. I just dropped this End Times news video. And here come the motherfucking snakes. Yep. It's going down. Okay. I need fucking lighter. Alright, there we go. What is up, my gods and goddesses, kings and queens, and the rest of you niggas? No, I'm just kidding. The video, the music video, I want to thank everybody who participated. Y'all know I ripped that shit up. And the next time I upload a video, I'm gonna re-upload that music video. Also, I wanna give a shout out to everybody who left comments talking about this motherfucking sun and shit. Because when this shit went down, I knew it didn't have anything to do with them that damn smoke from the wildfires. But I don't like to jump to conclusions. And so I want to thank everybody for leaving comments, letting me know that, yeah, that smoke is bullshit. Ain't got nothing to do with that sun being red. And shout out to my queen, you know who you are, for sending me that video by Kalai and Riz. Doing my hiatus, going through all this crap over the last year and a half or so. I pretty much stopped listening to other people on YouTube, watching their videos, anybody in the truth, because I was going through all that crap, and I was just, okay, I'm gonna use the rest of these dummies to try to get away from this shit to some degree. But when you listening to these other people who try their best to stay away from this topic of the truth, the Illuminati and all this stuff, I always see what the fuck is going on. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. How these motherfuckers got played by the Illuminati leading up to this coronavirus shit. But one more thing before I continue. I also want to thank everybody for believing in me. Because I said a long time ago, believe in me, believe in you. Because, like I said, going through the shit that everybody else is going through, memory loss, and it don't matter what my Father in heaven and my mother, the Holy Spirit, has told me about my true identity, I will still have questions and doubts and all this shit. So, like I said, yeah, I want to thank y'all for believing in me. And it's just like I said before, this ain't just about me. I'm a bad motherfucker. But if you got the Spirit of Christ within you, you are a bad motherfucker too. We are gods and goddesses, kings and queens, spiritual beings, so on and so forth. We are more special than we can ever imagine. And the so-called powers that be, they've done everything in their power to prevent me from waking up. And they've done the same to y'all. So just remember, you truly got Christ within you. You are a Christ being. When you look in the mirror, you see Christ. And again, I want to thank y'all for believing in me. Shout out. Alrighty then. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read a little something. I told you niggas, you gotta read. See, I reads. This is our article from what is it? woodtv.com. The article headline says, "Hazy sky, why the sun has looked more red." Paul Begley. And by the way, somebody left a comment talking shit about Paul Begley, and I responded and I said, "Trust me, I know who Paul Begley is."
What?
Paul Begley is another motherfucker who I seen in my so-called dreams. See? I told you. You niggas ain't fooling me. But anyway, let me get to this article and shit. Again, this is from woodtv.com. Hazy sky, why the sun has looked more red. Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's been a hazy couple of days in West Michigan. We haven't had much cloud cover overhead, but smoke from the wildfires to our west has filled the sky. Several people have sent in photos of the sun in the sky, especially at sunrise and sunset. With the smoke overhead, the sun has become distinctly well defined and red as it rises or sinks. The reason the sun looks more red than usual has to do with the size of smoke particles and the wavelength of red light. On the visible light spectrum, red light has the longest wavelength and blue light has a shorter wavelength. When there is no smoke overhead, the sunset and sunrise still tend to look red or orange. This is because the sun is low on the horizon and the visible light from the sun has more atmosphere to pass through before reaching the surface. Colors such as violet, blue, and green have shorter wavelengths, and air particles absorb and scatter that light before it can pass through. Red and orange have longer wavelengths, so those colors are able to travel through and make it to our eyes. Y'all know what I always say.
Bullshit.
Now that video that my subscriber sent to me from Kalai and Riz, of course, they was talking about this shit too. And this is one of the things I want to talk about quickly. And I've talked about this before, of course. But every time this type of shit happens, they will always come up with some fucking excuse. Whenever these things happen, it's like I said, they come out with the most lamest, shittiest excuse because they know most people are dumbed down and it don't matter what they say. Just like I talked about them putting that Wikipedia shit on our videos, talking about anybody who's a part of the Jewish religion is a Jew. You a Jew if you are part of the Jewish religion. They just say anything because they know motherfuckers are dumbed down and it don't matter. It don't make no sense. These lies and all this crap is obviously to wake up their people. These people that we are dealing with, they are Satan's children. And one of the reasons why they say shit like this is to give them an excuse when we speak the truth about these type of events. Because, you know, it's just like anything. Just to give them something to say, it's just like they always laughing at the truth. That, you know, when they do that shit, it just makes me want to grab them by their fucking throat and just squeeze till their eyes pop out of their fucking head. These motherfuckers are notorious for laughing when they hear the truth. And that shit is demonic. It really is. They always laughing at the truth. Rolling their eyes or whatever the case may be, but they love laughing. So this type of shit is to give them an excuse, to keep them dumbed down, to wake them up, and to make it more difficult for us to get the truth out to other people who are trying to wake up about all this shit. Here I am, called the Grim Reaper on these motherfuckers. And that same day, all of a sudden, boom, the sun is red. not orange. Like I said, the shit that was here, this shit was fucking red like a motherfucking stoplight. The end is here. They know it. This is what all this coronavirus bullshit's going on, and they got everybody locked down. They getting these dummies ready for the rapture events, and they fucked. So it's like, what more can I say about this shit? They know their time is up. They know death is banging on their fucking door, and it's your ass, Mr. Postman. That video my subscriber sent to me from Riz and Kalai, he was talking about that cloud in the sky looked just like a lion, and he said that lion got green eyes. And my subscriber also sent me a image of a lion that's called Panthera. Like Isa bin Panthera, YESHUA Pandera, the real motherfucking Black Panther, Jesus Christ, I am, motherfucker. So the truth is being thrown in these motherfuckers' face, and they freaking the fuck out. And then this information that's been coming out about the Messiah and the Black Panther and Yahweh being a lion being and all this shit. I was watching this video and this dude left a comment and he was like, the Thundercats are real? Yep. I mentioned that my auntie's dog passed away, and I was just talking about the dogs again in that last video. My auntie's dog died, and my sister, she told me that 3 other dogs in this family died in the year 2020. So that's 4 dogs that passed away. See, these are signs that's clearly in our face, and only those with eyes to see will be able to see this shit. It's just like I talked about, I saw that big ass dead black cat at the gas station. I knew it was a sign. It's so fucking obvious. And then a week later, Chadwick Boseman passed away. And of course, the average idiot, they'll just be like, okay, that cat could have died from this and that, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter how that cat died. If that cat died from starvation, if that cat was run over, if that cat was poisoned, it don't matter how the cat died. The question is, from a spiritual sense, it's a sign. And we pay attention to this shit, we will see this shit clearly. And we have been seeing these signs, like the sun, for example. It ain't got nothing to do with that fucking wildfire smoke shit. But even if it did, which it don't, but even if it did, it don't matter. That's still a sign. Letting us know about some shit's going down. Letting us know about the end times. Letting us know it's time to wake the fuck up, open our eyes. All hell's about to break loose. Which is a great thing for those of us who are true followers of Christ. Because I mentioned before that my Hebrew brothers, before I came on YouTube, I remember one of my Hebrew brothers talking about this shit. He said, we just waiting for the missiles to come. Yep. We always knew that most of us wasn't getting the fuck up out of here until all hell breaks loose. The 6th seal and the economy finally truly collapses and mass chaos all over the place and, sky receding like a scroll and all that shit. We all knew that most of us wasn't getting the fuck up out of here until all hell broke loose. We are right at the door, to say the least. So all this shit that's going on, red suns and earthquakes and hurricanes, tidal waves, or whatever the fuck, motherfuckers freaking the fuck out of coronavirus. Thank God. Because that means we, true followers of Christ, we finna go home. So, like I said, since this coronavirus shit started, I've been chilling like a motherfucker. You got this situation with these people. They are, like I said, everybody knows the truth, if not consciously, subconsciously. So what's been happening to these wicked people is this. They know that they're getting ready to die. So over the last number of years, like I talked about this before, all of a sudden, they've been coming into our lives. Those of us who are true followers of Christ. So they looking for somebody to save them. Me. Y'all. The same people who they treating like shit, using and abusing, laughing and giggling, and all that shit. Doing everything they can to cause us to lose our souls. Doing everything they can to murder us. These are the same motherfuckers who want us to save them. So they are drawn to us now like a motherfucking moth to a flame. They know they finna die. And this is what's happening with these motherfuckers. They shut up, train. They know that they finna die. And they live their whole life possessed. So what happens is, as they get closer to death, those demons will leave them alone. And all of a sudden, they start waking up to some degree. And they be waking up enough to know, uh-oh, I fucked up. It's just like my cousin's dad, for example. Piece of shit motherfucker who I talked about before, who personally knew Joe Jackson. He was good friends with that motherfucker, Michael Jackson's dad. And I mentioned that Michael Jackson's dad, he offered him to come to California with him back in the day before the Jacksons became the Jacksons. And he didn't go. He turned down the offer. And then, of course, them motherfuckers got all rich and famous and all this shit. And I was telling my subscriber about this. I was saying that he was, he regretted not going. But I told her that my cousin's dad was a wicked motherfucker. And of course, Joe Jackson is a wicked ass piece of shit. And I told her that if he would have went to California with that motherfucker, he would have used him as a sacrifice. But he, like I said, he was wicked anyway. He's in hell now, I'm sure. Or maybe probably came back and roaming around now. You know, all these spirits and clones going around and shit. But he's definitely a lost soul. Piece of shit. Big black, ugly motherfucker looking like a goddamn fat ass cockroach and shit. Ugly as shit. But but he started the last number of years of his life waking up to the fact he's finna die. And knowing he's a piece of shit, didn't give a fuck about his son in any way, shape, or form. Act like he didn't exist. Last number of years of his life, though, he was looking for his son, trying to get back, trying to get things straight with him and so they can be nice to him. Shit, this is how they do. I talked about this before. So them demons that was on him throughout his entire life, they pretty much gone. Now he's waking up to the fact, uh-oh, I fucked up and I'm finna go to hell. I need to start making things right, things I done wrong. And, like my son, I didn't care about him. I treated him wrong. He even said this shit. Didn't give a fuck about it. Now, all of a sudden, he's finna die. Goddamn Grim Reapers, that Grim Reapers banging on his fucking door. Now, he want to be all nice and shit, yeah. And this is what all these motherfuckers are doing. So, when they get close to death, the demons that's possessing them will leave. Because when you die, of course, your physical body dies. But when you die, Because like I said, we all got these demons fucking with us, hopping on us and all this shit. That shit happened to my dad as well, and I'm talking about that in a minute. But when you are getting ready to die, the demons can't go with you. Obviously, they can't go with you. You going to heaven. If you going to hell, they ain't going with you either. They want to stay here in this hellish realm so they can fuck with somebody else. Aleister Crowley, for example. You talking about a hardcore, wicked ass, demonic motherfucker. Probably had a whole legion of demons up in his ass. This motherfucker was so fucking possessing. You know, motherfuckers like Jay-Z and all, they love Aleister Crowley. But you talking about possessed like a motherfucker his entire life. Hardcore satanic. Yet, I heard on his deathbed, when he's on his deathbed, he was basically crying like a bitch. He's like, I fucked up. You know he finna go to hell. Now, why would he do that on his deathbed? How come he didn't wake the fuck up and stop doing what the fuck he's doing 10, 20 years ago before this shit? It's because he's getting ready to die, and the demons that was possessing him and controlling that dummy, they left. They didn't possess him anymore. So he's awake and like, oh shit, I fucked up. See? And this is what's happening to all these motherfuckers. So again, this happens to us as well. God's people, men and women. My dad was a crazy motherfucker. I should know. Me and him was close like a motherfucker. I'm a crazy motherfucker. We all got issues, like I said. But my dad was not wicked. And that's the thing. Like I said, we all got issues. We've all sinned. We in this sinful flesh. Ain't none of us perfect. You either with Christ or you not. My dad was a crazy motherfucker, but he was not wicked. So when he was on his deathbed during those last number of months, because he was so sick, them demons hopped on him like a motherfucker. And I talked about this before to my subscriber. I didn't realize the main reason why I couldn't get along with my dad those last 10, 15 years of his life is because he was getting old and he was getting sick, and those demons hopped on him. So when I was arguing with this motherfucker all the goddamn time, I wasn't really arguing with him. I was arguing with those goddamn demons that hopped on his ass. And like I said, they hopped on him because he got old as shit, sick as shit, worked himself to death, them 9 to 5 jobs, working for these crackers and all that shit. Like I said, he didn't need the goddamn money. We wasn't making no money, and he's dragging me along with him, making $30, $40 a week. Leave me alone, nigga. Shit. But he just loved to work. And I always said he was going to work himself to death. So he really physically fucked himself up and got mentally fucked up as well. Eventually had a stroke. And them demons hopped on him big time. So one day when he was in the bed, this is after he'd been to the hospital and all that shit, he was talking about that he keeps seeing something in the room. He kept saying something's over there, over in the corner, you know. He knew it was a goddamn demon. I knew it was a goddamn demon. And he's telling me, I can't get no sleep. I can't get no sleep. And I told him, just pray. Just pray. And that motherfucker will be gone. He prayed. And that motherfucking demon was gone. Because my dad was on his deathbed, you know, basically minutes to live. He was so in the spirit that when he prayed, his prayer was immediately answered. And us going through all these ascension levels over the last number of years, especially late 2019, we are in the spirit like a motherfucker. And we need to understand that because we are so in the spirit right now, we can do so much more than what we did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, when it comes to getting our prayers answered, when it comes to manifesting positive things, and being able to stay in the spirit, and being able to control our dreams, so-called dreams, and control these fucking demons. These distractions that's out here is preventing us from doing more. But we've reached that point now where we are about to figuratively and literally take off. So this is why I'm always telling y'all, you gotta stay in the spirit, fight this shit to the best of your ability, and just sit back, like my subscribers said, just sit back and enjoy the show. Because this bullshit is going on. This is our motherfucking exit. Shut up, kitty cat. So the last thing I want to say is these people got played like a motherfucker. I'm sure y'all saw this shit. When I was going through my shit last year, like I said, I didn't watch anybody's videos like I used to when it comes to Kalai, Riz, y'all boy Paul Begley. I wasn't going on Before It's News, none of that shit. I just was checking out videos, trying to get some distraction, because that's what all this shit is for. Specifically talking about this shit on YouTube. So if y'all notice, they had all this shit going on, like I talked about so many times. Them motherfuckers was being distracted like a motherfucker with this shit going on in Hollywood. Hollyweird, as I say. Star Wars, you know, that Parasite movie. One, I can't remember his name. I'm gonna put it in here. This motherfucker was talking shit about that movie Parasite and the Oscars. And, well, check this out.
You got to be shitting me, right? This has to be a joke. This absolutely has to be a joke. Why do we have best foreign film, yet these movies are then qualified to enter best picture? True, we can sit there and say, well, just because it's foreign doesn't mean it's the best picture. That's fine. But out of everybody in the United States of the motherfucking America, how many people actually fucking seen Parasite? Can someone please raise your goddamn hand and tell me, for the love of Christ, how many fucking people in the United States of the motherfucking America saw Parasite?
See, this is the shit that was going on. Like I said, shit like this with Hollywood. You know, motherfuckers, you know, I noticed Kobe Bryant was in the news a little more than he should have been. Back in my mind, I knew something was finna happen. Remember, this was 2019. Everybody going crazy over Sonic. Motherfucking Brie Larson came back and made this commercial and pissed everybody off. All of a sudden, people's channels are being fucked with by YouTube, and you talking about motherfuckers who ain't into the truth. See, they was fucking with them more because they was leading them up to this coronavirus shit. You got people talking about the NBA and things of this nature, but they trying their best to stay away from the topic of the end times. They trying their best to stay away from the topic of the Illuminati. But it was time for them to be brought down to this level where they will be involved in the shit that we are involved in, because they're involved in it anyway, but they's trying their best to stay away from that shit. Then, you know, all kinds of shit was going on. Fucking, was, like I said, that Sonic shit and that Harley Quinn movie. And then you got these motherfuckers gonna sit there and be all excited because they changed Sonic and the movie was great and all this shit. Yay, yay, see, we win, they listen to us, you know. Goddamn Sonic movie and talk shit about Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn movie was bullshit, but we like the Sonic movie. They listen to us. We won. Yeah. It's like, okay, motherfucker. You just you just chose a goddamn Blue Devil over a murdering whore. You got played. And during this time, they also fucking took YouTube channel Chill Cow. They took that shit down. And when they did that shit, I was like, something finna happen. Eventually, like 24, 48 hours later, the channel was back up. But see, they was fucking with those who don't give a fuck about the truth. They was breaking them down, distracting the shit out of them. And these motherfuckers balling. They want to keep doing the deal with the goddamn devil, aka YouTube, and so-called, this motherfucking Illuminati shit. They want to keep doing business with these goddamn devils. But it was time for them to quote unquote wake up to what the fuck is going on. So all this shit that was going on during that time, they was playing the shit out of them, and they just talking about Star Wars, this and that, and fucking Harley Quinn and blah blah blah. Next thing, and Kobe Bryant and Shaq and all this shit. Next thing you know, boom, the coronavirus. Now, all these motherfuckers who's making videos about basketball, they had no choice but to talk about the coronavirus. Why? Because the NBA season is canceled. People who just want to talk about football, XFL, they got to talk about the coronavirus. Why? The XFL season is canceled. People who want to talk about Hollywood and all these movies and stay away from the topic of the end times and Illuminati, they got no choice but to talk about this shit now. Why? Because all their movies is canceled. And their favorite stars got the coronavirus. NBA players got the coronavirus. See how they played the shit out of these motherfuckers? I was laughing my ass off. And guess what? Since I came back, they doing the same shit to these motherfuckers now, and these motherfuckers are falling for it again. They're gone. So, like I said so many times, those of you who are in the truth, speak the truth to the best of your ability to whoever will listen, and motherfuck the rest of these motherfuckers, because they are gone bye-bye. Like that dude said in that movie, talking shit about, I forgot what movie that was. I think it was Goodfellas. He's talking shit about Robert De Niro, that character that Robert De Niro was playing. He's like, fuck him. Fuck him in the ear. Fuck him in the other ear. Yep, fuck all these people. Now, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. I don't take joy in people losing their soul, but these are some wicked-ass motherfuckers who used the shit out of us, did everything they could to destroy us, tried to prevent us from knowing who we really are, tried to cause us to lose our souls. So, motherfuck all these wicked-ass people. Goodbye, motherfuckers. So, what more can I say? Before I play this music video, I want to mention one of the greatest quotes from Bobby Hemmett. He said that death is life and life is death. This reality that we living in, this is death. We really, really, really are asleep. We are in a hellish realm, this physical world. But we are Christ beings, queens, kings, gods, and goddesses. So when we die, when death comes upon us, that's life. Not that's life, that's just the way it is. No. What I'm saying is, when we die, now we gonna live. Because we gonna be released from this physical world, released from this physical body, and we gonna be in heaven, fifth dimension and beyond. New spiritual bodies, free from all the bullshit, free from the demons. So this life ain't life. This is death. This death that's freaking everybody out. It's freaking them out because they ain't shit. Because this hellish realm that we living in, this is life to them. This is their heaven, like I said. But in reality, in real reality, yeah. Death is life, and life is death. For those of us who are true followers of Christ. So, that's all I gotta say. Play a Lord, YESHUA Pandera, the motherfucking Messiah. I'm out of here. Talk to y'all again soon. Peace. It's your ass, Mr. Postman. I am the Messiah.
What did you say, nigga?
Wedding feast of the Lamb, come dance with a star. Have you ever made love with a God? The greatest of all time, but I am not the GOAT. I thought you knew, now you all know. I offer you love, you don't have to be alone. My job is complete and it's time I go. Our frequency will rise, while the rest move slow. Come with me, I'll make love to your soul. High frequency. Now that we've come to the end, we have ascended and there's no more sin. No more pain and we cannot die. We the 12 tribes and the righteous Gentiles. All sins are forgiven. And now that our mission is completed, now it's time to start living. I, the Messiah, I play a Lord. Still got it going on even when I'm going off. Check out my stilo, check out my moves. I can do more than just show and prove. I am God, I am the rock, yes, I am hard. I the creator, I'm the king of all kings. I am the Hulk, watch my eyes turn green. This is the last warning for all those who hate. Check yourself, fool. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. High frequency. Now that we've come to the end, we have ascended and there's no more sin. No more pain and we cannot die. We the 12 tribes and the righteous Gentiles. All sins are forgiven. And now that our mission is completed, now it's time to start living. I, the Messiah, I play a Lord. Still got it going on even when I'm going off. High frequency. Now that we've come to the end, we have ascended and there's no more